Yeah, and shout out to the white woman that told that red pillar, Andrew, your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before, so I don't think you're...
So podcaster Andrew Wilson was being called out for not practicing what he preached. Let's talk about it. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So a Red P podcaster Andrew Wilson was on his podcast. He was having a conversation with another beautiful young woman called Charlie, and where they were having the conversation, and Andrew was trying to make her see his Red P side of why he see things the way, and he went ahead to go insult her, call her that he knows she will not get it because she's stupid. And then sister dropped the bomb on Mr. Andrew and said, you know what, I can understand it, because you that tell men what their standards be, your wife has 3 baby daddy. And this podcast, Andrew Wilson lost it literally. And this just even bring the entire conversation of people talking about how some of these Red P podcasters or content creators, they don't walk the walk, they don't practice what they preach, they just tell men to hate women and all that, why they do the opposite of that. And from my research, I found out that the wife is probably, I think she's 27 if I'm not mistaken. She had 3 kids from a previous relationship. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this clip, people's reaction to it, and then we'll come back and talk more.
I'll try to rephrase this. I'm going to reframe, and I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I will never be able to convince you of my worldview.
You won't.
I know. But the reason is not because I'm not a great orator, or I don't make good points, or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think honestly you're stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I tell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
lick
sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is that?
You're a dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did
daddies?
I just say? Dyke?
Your wife with the 3 baby daddies?
I'm sorry, Dyke. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to...
Do the women that you try
show
to...
your hatred against...
Do the women that you try to...
them that they shouldn't...
You know, Charlie, did I bring...
Women? Do they know
Charlie,
that
did I bring your family?
5 years older?
Did I bring any of your family? Did I say anything about your family being stupid, Charlie?
You could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed, and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit, because you are not a traditional man.
Chuck, let's go through it.
You are not a traditional man.
Let's go through it, Chuck. Tell me what I'm doing which is immoral.
This video right here is currently going viral because this red pill manosphere podcaster calls the woman that he's debating stupid. And she says that your wife has been married 2 times and she has 3 different baby daddies. And this man loses his mind, throwing up, crying, sliding down the wall, fighting the air, and saying all of this. Now, clearly what she said about his wife wasn't news to him, but it may have been news to his audience. And that's the real reason why I think he was so upset. Yeah. So many of them jump online to discredit and disparage women, saying they're used up, washed up, leftover women after 35, but secretly they are with some of those same women. I think he got upset because the rhetoric that he has helped to promote isn't even a lifestyle that he lives by. Out of all the things he called her, he never called her a liar. So what's so disrespectful about the truth? Admitting that he's with a woman who has 3 different kids by 3 different men and has been married twice, it goes against his own personal brand. Instead of telling his audience that a woman's past doesn't define her, just like it didn't define his wife, he has to hold on to the lie that these women are supposed to be pure as the freshly driven snow. He's upset that the woman that he chose is probably going to be harshly judged by the men he has taught to harshly judge women. I think what he's most upset about is the hypocrisy and what he practices and what he preaches. But he didn't find a needle in the haystack. There are plenty of good women out there who've been divorced before or who have kids by more than one man. Clearly he knows that, but he's okay if his audience doesn't.
Video of Andrew Wilson calling that lady a stupid bitch and a dyke after she called him out for marrying a woman that has 3 baby daddies, him being included. It's a textbook perfect example of how fragile men who promote this red pill alpha male lifestyle egos truly are. Sure. Because how you gonna try to sell me a bunch of values that you can't even sell to yourself?
If I had to vote to nominate someone for the Rage Bait of the Year award, I would vote for that woman who said, Andrew, your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before, and sent that dude to his breaking point. Because no matter what you call somebody, it doesn't matter how bad you make fun of someone, nothing cuts a person deeper than just stating the truth.
Yeah, and shout out to the white woman that told that red pillar, Andrew, your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before, so I don't think you're... He got so mad, so triggered, but the best thing he could come up with was, yeah, well, you lick schniz. You said it like you don't, Andrew. You don't lick schniz? Y'all both don't lick schniz? There's only one schniz licker in this room? Y'all can't bond over the fact that you both sometimes tweedle-doodle-dee on a little cootie bird? Munch a little carpet? Come on now. How you gonna get mad when somebody states facts about your life back to you? They making an observation. Hey, so your wife has 3 baby daddies and 2 ex-husbands? Don't get mad. You must be insecure about it. You must not like that. You chose her though. That's your wife to have it to hold and all that. Don't get mad. Imagine somebody told me, hey Nate, your hairline's running away from you and your nose got a big booty. I'd be like, facts. Facts. Keenan, you didn't know this.
The video of Andrew Wilson calling that lady a stupid bitch and a dyke after she called him out for marrying.
No, because let's talk about something that y'all are not talking about enough for me. Why is it acceptable for a man to talk like that? Why is this being promoted on that side as the way that men ideally are supposed to be? How are these people Christian telling women to shut their stupid B mouth? Like, for me as a woman, that's alarming to me that they're trying to normalize being able to talk to women like that.
Yeah.
That is verbally abusive. And he sat up there and tried to downplay what she said about Steven Crowder being a talking about, oh, you have worse arguments before. No, the way you talk to people, the way that guy talks to people, he's verbally abusive. He can't make his point. He tries to beat the person down with shame and humiliation. And he's defending Steven Crowder because they try to act like unless you get hit, you're not. Even if somebody hit you, they're going to still stick up for them because it's still your fault. You're the woman. But they try to do that so that they have the ability to be able to yell at you, scream at you, call you name. The same way they're sitting up here talking about the left is out here amping up the rhetoric. They're sitting here talking to women like this. That's because they want to be able to do this and they don't want you to be able to do anything back. Like I always tell y'all, this manosphere stuff, this white supremacy stuff, this far right stuff is narcissistic behavior. It's narcissistic personality disorder in a group form. They're sitting up here trying to lecture you about respectability and values, but calling women all out of their names because they state a fact that they don't like. And y'all talking so much about, oh girl, she flamed him. And we should celebrate her for flaming him. It's sad that the truth flames him because really nobody on our side cares about people marrying somebody that had 2, 3, 4, 5 baby daddies. For real. That's your side. You're just a hypocrite on your side. But at the end of the day, why are you guys talking to people like that? Why are y'all speaking to women like that? Why are we normalizing people saying stuff like this to women and acting like it's not abusive? Let's talk about that too.
Motherhood in a patriarchal society for traditional men in traditional relationships is used as a humiliation ritual. That's why Andrew Wilson responded the way that he did, because she knew that the woman he was debating fully knew, oh, you guys like to shame women for a few things. Why are you with one then? And he didn't like that shit was used to humiliate him. That was supposed to be his tool in his back pocket to always throw at his wife whenever she steps out of line. He can use that to humiliate her in some way. What am I? Baby daddy number 3? Look at you, blah, blah, blah. And he could leave her flat on her ass because how the are you going to swim when you got 5, 6 kids that you're holding, trying to keep afloat with you? He knows full well as a man who supports traditional values and this patriarchal society that motherhood will always be used to humiliate you. And that's why he didn't like when it was turned around and used to humiliate him. Because the men who choose these horrible, haggard, single mothers and raise some other man's kids, they know that's used to humiliate you. There's no other reason he responded that way.
You try to
do the women that you try
show
to
your hatred against
the women that you try to did I say anything about your family being stupid, Charlie? It's because I'm better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit because you are not a traditional man.
Tell me again how women are too emotional to lead when that Jew lost his whole entire mind, went ballistic when his hypocrisy was called out to him. That's forgettable podcast bro Andrew Wilson. He said things like, not all bad. Yeah, he just got his ass handed to him when he tried to convince her of his traditional Christian nationalist worldview. She wasn't buying it. He's like, well, that's because you're too stupid to get it. She had to make one statement of fact to call out his whole hypocrisy, and that is the fact that this man is married to a woman who's been married a couple times, has kids with a couple other men, and therefore his household isn't part of the traditional family. No, it is a progressively blended household. And he lost his shit. You know why? Because he is embarrassed. He's embarrassed by the fact that his entire audience, that he has grown his platform, is convincing young men and men in general to judge women harshly based on their body counts and their baggage. And he knows damn well that he and his wife will be judged because he's taught these men to judge for it. Like, he has no one to blame but himself. Now, his wife has done nothing to be embarrassed about other than maybe marrying him or to be judged for. But he himself is so embarrassed by the fact that he knows that he has sold people on this traditional life that he is not living, and he cannot handle her calling out his grift, because that's all it is, a grift. All these podcast bros are the same, out here talking about traditional values while living progressive lives, holding women to standards that they could never meet, and the minute you call them out, they lose it. It takes nothing to shatter the illusion of this guy's emotional control. He got upset when a woman was able to open a jar of pickles he couldn't. Yeah, Fragile doesn't even begin to cover it. What a loser.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
you
lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
Oh gee, where do we begin with this one? And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what it looks like to trigger someone who believes that being stoic is the way to be for men, but also pushes certain ideologies onto men that he doesn't adhere to himself. This is a debate between Andrew and Charlie, and if you look, it was probably around 4 hours and 16 minutes of the episode where this was the turning point for the way that Andrew started talking to her. And originally he was saying that he was never going to convince her to see his worldview. And so she decided to explain to him her worldview. And her worldview was highlighting the contradictions on the things that he pushes out to other men in what men should strive to achieve, how they should operate, how they should engage in relationships, whilst also acknowledging that the way he has done it is entirely different. Even though his wife fully supports him, it still doesn't change the fact that the dynamic that they have is entirely different to what he thinks other men should strive for. And the fact that it also doesn't align with his religious beliefs would show, again, more contradictions to the point that he makes to other men. But the point to highlight is just acknowledging the change in behavior and how quick it took for him to be triggered. And that is not someone who is showing that they are in control of their emotions. But what do we also see in the video? We saw facial reactions of Brian to what he was saying, but him also staying silent and not calling him out on his behavior. Men defending men, men enabling men's behavior.
If at any point you thought that the host of the Whatever podcast left that episode up because he wants to honor the integrity of that show, you're wrong. That man is a pick-me. He wants you to see every man that's ever been on that round table as weaker and lesser than him. He wants you to think that he's really living by his words. He's that man. He's the real McCoy. He just gets overlooked. Ugh, so young and unlucky. He doesn't even have the foresight to see that he is sabotaging his podcast. And if he does have the foresight, but he doesn't care, he either wants to be picked right now because he's getting desperate, or he has now, he knows that his fate is sealed because of this digital footprint. He's going to have to go through the Myron Gaines route. He's going to have to find ways to get access to women completely based on his resources or her naivety, her lack of understanding or intellectualness, or just her desperation of being picked herself. This is why he left it up. Because for you not to see where the future of your podcast is going and not reading the room of the world and what women are going through, you don't get it. You don't get that you're not lasting very long here. And the sad part is that he's going to continue with the mindset of the experience of being with a woman is something that he does for them. He does to them. It's not a collaborative, we do together thing. He's always going to have problems with women. Always. And if he doesn't, for whatever off chance that is, he absolutely lied his way into that woman's mind. He had to manipulate that woman down to the ground. Seeing Andrew Wilson crash out because he was being called out for his wife having 3 baby daddies, it doesn't say much. It says exactly what we always knew. But really think about it. Instead of having co-hosts that are actually living by your standards, by your expectations of what a man who's in relationships with women should live by, none of them ever do. Which means you either think you're the diamond in the rough, the last of the dying breed, one of one, or there really isn't any of those guys around. And you want to convince everybody that there is. And I fear the hardest thing for you guys really is just waking up in the morning, having a clean shave, putting on moisturizer, and looking like you showered. Looking like you guys go to the gym and eat vegetables at least twice a week. You guys can't even do that. You guys literally give abnormally disgusting coffee breath vibes with bagels. With the bagel that has the little garlic and the poppy seeds and it gets stuck in behind here, and instead of just flossing or having a floss on hand, you guys just get on the mics and start yapping.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thought about this story down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. Yeah, on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thought. Love to know what you guys think. Well, me, I like, from what I gathered, the wife is even, I think she's 27, if I'm not mistaken. She's just 27, and there's nothing wrong with the wife being married multiple times and having kids, but it's the fact that this man, that his entire platform is shaming women that are exactly the woman he married. I don't know if I'm making sense. His entire platform, and that's why this is the news. That's why a lot of people, and this is why, like, when it comes to social media and people that come and give relationship advice or this extreme red P podcast and red P type of content, I'll say take it with a pinch of salt, like especially if you're a man, even including as women, because a lot of the time these people that push this unrealistic and very hostile type of dynamic, they don't even live that. That's not the type of life they live. Most of all these podcasts, in fact, most people on social media, some people on social media, what they preach is not who they are. So when you're taking any form of an advice, whether life advice, financial advice, relationship advice, be very, very careful who you take your advice from, because the person that might be sitting down and tell you, oh, don't take this, don't do this, don't do that, the person is doing that same thing. That same thing is telling you, no, that's not how somebody that that's what the person is doing. That's why use your discernment when you listen to people's content, people's advice. Use your discernment and ask yourself, is this the path you want to go? Because a lot of them, like I've said before, yeah, drifters. There are a lot of drifters, yeah. And I like the fact that this lady stood up and called him out on it, because a lot of time these things go unnoticed and nobody called them out, and they end up keep destroying life. Do you know how many people this man has shamed? How many women this man has shamed on his podcast, or for having baby daddies, for having an abortion, but not me saying there's anything wrong with the wife or shaming the wife. This is not me. But this man, the people he shamed is his wife, and that's the woman married. And the creator was talking about how, like, it's almost like humiliation rituals, and maybe that's why. Yes, this type of men. One thing I've come to realize: all this type of men that talk down on women and all that. We saw I talked to the lady Charlie, are men that have low self-esteem, and the truth is that they will get a woman, or they want to be with a woman they can have an upper hand with, so that they can talk down on them. The way he even talks to people, I know that you can tell that that's somebody that one doesn't have self-control, is not confident about himself. He has low self-esteem, and that's why the only thing for him to do is to talk down and so look for something to want to trigger you, why he's the one being triggered. But yeah, this video really makes me laugh, but also I just feel like this is the point where everybody on the internet, including the people that digest red P content and every other person, the people that are telling you, that are giving you all this advice, Ask yourself, are these people living their life? Are they walking the walk of what they are telling you to do? Because some of these people are just going to set you up. I'm telling you. Anyway, guys, go down in the comment section, share your thoughts. Love to know what you guys think. But please, as always, keep it respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead, feel free, share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.